Greetings, everybody. This is Antoine, music producer, engineer, and guitarist for A.Legend Productions. And this is the first video for Teach the Music 101, which is a series of tips, videos, and tutorials on everything music and audio related. And these videos are provided by myself and other members of the A.Legend team. Now, we've had a lot of questions asked and sent to us on different aspects of audio and music. Questions like how to achieve a clean mix, how to get a 3D high-def sound, how to create a chord progression, how to even make beats. We get all different kinds of questions, and we're here to provide the knowledge and help you to create great music today and have fun doing it. Now I'm going to give a basic rundown on what a compressor is and what its purpose is. A compressor is a automatic gain reduction device that controls dynamic range. Now it controls the dynamic range of whatever is being compressed, giving it a sense of increased volume by shortening the distance between the quietest and loudest parts of the sound source in decibels. Okay, like a sandwich almost. For example, let's say we have a female singer with a high-pitched voice in the studio recording her vocals, and throughout the song she's recording, she hits quite a few high notes. Alright, now high notes are going to be loud. It's going to be louder than low notes. So, in order to keep everything balanced and keep everything even and sounding nice, and in order to avoid having to manually sit there and turn the volume down whenever those high notes come in, you just open up a compressor and it'll do it for you. A compressor, like I said, is an automatic gain reduction device, so it will turn down those high notes, those really loud notes for you. Now, one of the two main controls on a compressor that we want to look at are the threshold and the ratio. The threshold tells the compressor when to kick in. The ratio tells the compressor how much compression to apply. Right now we have it set at 2 and 1. Let's bring it down to 1 and 1. When it's set to 1 and 1, that means nothing is happening. Alright? Now we have our threshold of negative 10 dB. We're going to play our sound without compression. Okay? Let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, it's pretty flat, not as dynamic as I want it to be. So for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to give it some kind of compression. Okay? We're going to start off by giving the ratio some strength. So let's bring it up to 2 and 1. So what that means is, with a 2 and 1 ratio, for every 2 decibels that goes over negative 10 dB, only 1 will come out. Okay? I hope you guys are keeping up with me. For every 2 dB that goes over our negative 10 dB threshold right here, only 1 is going to come out. Okay? It's really kind of a light compression, if you will. Now, our attack means when how our compressor is going to respond. Is it going to respond immediately? Is it going to respond super slow? Is it going to respond kind of gradual? Just depends on what your taste is and what you're trying to achieve. But 0 milliseconds, that's immediately. So as soon as that sound plays, there's immediate compression going on. Alright? Now, let's play this sound with a immediate attack. We're going to keep it at 0 milliseconds. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when you have quick attacks like that, the sound normally gains a lot of punch. It gains its punch from keeping a very immediate attack. Now your release tells the compressor when to uncompress the sound. Alright? So also, if you have an auto button next to the release, just go ahead and turn that on. It pretty much automatically releases the compression from the signal for you without having to manually find it. So you can go ahead and turn it on. Now we're going to turn on this. We're going to play this sound now, but we're going to turn off the compressor. We're going to play it without. No, we're going to play it with compression, and we're going to bring down this threshold. And we want the meter to pump with the sound. Okay? We want this meter right here to pump with that sound. So let's go ahead and do that now. Okay, nothing going on. I'm going to bring down the threshold. Now we see it pumping there. Okay, now you're going to notice, your ear is going to notice a difference in the dynamic range around 4 dB to 6 dB. So right now we're at 22, we're at negative 22 dB. Okay, with a 2-in-1 ratio. Alright, now we've obviously lost some level in our sound. Okay, it's a little bit quieter. So we're going to go over here to our gain knob, and we're going to do what's called makeup gain. Makeup gain, pretty much self-explanatory. It makes up for the gain that you lost. So since we have the ratio set to a 2-in-1 ratio, we're going to take that 2 decibels and we're going to add it to this gain right here. Alright? Because like I said, for every 2 that goes above or went above that negative 10 dB, 1 was coming out. Alright, so we're going to make up for that. So let's bring it up to 6. 2 dB is pretty good at, it's a pretty good number to notice change, even when you're doing EQs and levels of anything. So 2 dB is a good number. Now let's go ahead and check it out without compression. Now with. Now we have our attack set to 0 milliseconds. It kind of slightly has a unrealistic feel to it, so I'm going to gradually bring the compression in. So I'm going to bring it back to I'd say 4.5 milliseconds. So let's check that out again. Okay. I'm definitely satisfied with the attack on that. It has a more natural sound. If we were to keep that 0 milliseconds on there, it would give it more of a kind of a pumping kind of feel. Now, there's many different types of compressors. This right here is the standard compressor that comes with Logic Pro 9, which is what I'm using right now. And each compressor has its own signature characteristic or color that it adds to the sound. Now, we're going to cover those later. We're going to cover different techniques later, and we're going to cover the different aspects of a compressor later. We have the limiter, we have the knee, and we're just going to cover all that stuff later. Right now, I want everybody to subscribe to this video. I want you to like the page. Wherever you're viewing this from, I want you to share it and pass it along, because this is knowledge that everybody needs to know. This is Antoine Don for TeachTheMusic.com and A.Legend Productions, and I hope you all have a great day.